Africa is sitting on a mountain of gold, but begging for bread. From Congo's cobalt to Nigeria's oil, from Ghana's cocoa to Egypt's cotton, the continent is blessed with wealth that should feed and clothe billions. Yet, the sad reality is this: Africa exports raw materials for peanuts, only to import the finished products made from those same resources at an exorbitant price. We sell cocoa beans cheaply, then pay 10 times more for imported chocolate. We export cotton, then buy back designer shirts. We pump crude oil, yet import refined petrol at a loss. This is not just economics, it is a tragedy. Why? Because Africa has been trapped in a cycle designed during colonial times. Europe, and later the West, structured our economies as raw material suppliers, and decades after independence, many African leaders have failed to break that chain. Instead of investing in industries, we remain addicted to exporting resources and importing solutions. But the biggest scandal is this: Africa hardly trades with itself. It is easier to send goods from Abidjan to Paris than from Abidjan to Lagos. Bad roads, poor rail systems, different currencies, and endless trade barriers have turned neighbors into strangers. Rather than unite, African countries compete. Nigeria and Ghana both produce cocoa. Yet, instead of processing and trading with each other, they race to export to Switzerland. Jobs are created in Europe, not in Africa. Value is added in Asia, not in Africa. The wealth of the continent leaks out, while unemployment, hunger, and poverty tighten their grip on African youth. It doesn't have to be this way. Imagine an African where Nigeria, Angola, and South Africa pool resources to build the world's largest refinery, supplying the whole continent with affordable fuel. Imagine Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Cameroon joining forces to produce the world's finest chocolate brands. Imagine Egypt, Ethiopia, and Kenya running massive textile industries from African cotton fields. Imagine highways, railways, and ports connecting Dakar to Dar es Salaam, Cairo to Cape Town, making trade within Africa faster and cheaper than exporting outside. This is not a dream, it is a possibility. But it requires courage. Courage from African leaders to rise above petty politics, corruption, and foreign puppeteering. Courage to prioritize continental industries over gain. Courage to stop being suppliers of raw poverty and start being creators of real prosperity. The African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA, is a start. It can tear down the walls that keep us divided, but it must go beyond paperwork. It needs steel, concrete, and factories. It needs political will. It needs leaders who are bold enough to defy the powers that benefit from a weak Africa. Africa must stop feeding the world while starving itself. The time has come to break the chains of dependency, build our own industries, and trade with each other. The wealth is here, the people are here, the resources are here. What we lack is unity and vision. If we do not act now, history will remember us as the continent that had everything but chose nothing. But if we rise, history will remember us as the generation that finally made Africa rich for Africans.
Thanks for watching this video. Remember, Can Media Group brings you all the Africa's story, untold and unafraid. Join our conversations, share your thoughts, and let's shape the narrative together. Subscribe now and hit the notification button to know about our latest updates. Be part of the African story.